War 25 kicked off with a fresh twist. The devs gave us a southwest versus northeast map layout. I love when they mix up the starting conditions. It opens up new opportunities to fight in backline regions that usually don't see much action. The devs also recently announced a new update, which will likely drop after this war ends. Wars leading up to an update tend to be more relaxed. Players either take a break or experiment with playstyles they normally avoid. For example, I've heard reports that several Warden Navy regiments have switched over to the Colonial side during this war. The war has been going on for 10 days already, and neither side has made any major progress. The Wardens have pushed a bit in the northwest, around Nevish Line and Stone Cradle, while the Colonials have pushed northeast into Allod's Bight and Endless Shore. At this point, the map's starting to look like a pretty standard war in terms of territory control. One big exception though, the Colonials currently hold 5 of the 6 island regions. This hasn't happened for over a year. The last time this occurred was during War 113 back in May 2024. Which also had unique starting conditions. Personally, I'm using this war to slow down a bit and try new things. I will mainly just be relaxing and saving my energy for the update war. For example, in today's video, I'm focusing entirely on frontline infantry combat. Normally, I'm doing support roles like logi, building, or being a medic. But for this battle, I forced myself to stay out of all of that. And for today's battle, I decided to head to one of the most iconic early war fights, the brutal standoff between Abandoned Ward and Iron's End in the Deadlands. This fight happens on a short stretch of road that is less than 100 meters long, and normally hundreds of thousands of soldiers die here before any major push can break through. The Wardens hold the high ground, attacking from the top of the hill, while the Colonials try to push or defend the city below. Colonials often use the indestructible in-game assets for cover, especially the rock on the left, which gets absolutely pounded by grenades. If Colonials get pushed back into the city, they fall back to the houses for cover, and hold off any Warden infantry or armor pushing in. If the Wardens break through the houses, they still have to fight through the plaza to reach the Colonial base. Wardens usually push through these 2 main choke points, one near the rock and houses that leads straight into the plaza, and another choke point to the east that also funnels down into the same area. This battle often turns into a stalemate, like many bridge fights we see, but this fight's way more dynamic. There's more space to maneuver, more cover, and more intense infantry action. It's been a while since I've fought here, so I figured this was the perfect time to take on the challenge and to try and push the Wardens back up that hill towards Iron End. When I joined the battle, the Colonials had both choke points secure and were slowly pushing at the Wardens on the hill. We had a few artillery pieces hammering the hillside, trying to support our infantry and break their line. Even with the artillery support though, we were still stuck at the base of the hill. It was clear that pushing the Wardens all the way back up was going to be a brutal fight. I set up near a cluster of houses to make sure the Wardens couldn't sneak in and use them against us. At this point, it felt like we were more on the defensive end of this battle. After a while, they had artillery of their own, and it started landing on us, hitting our infantry hard. Now when I get on a machine gun, I'd say about 70% of my shots are just for the LARP, and the other 30% is me actually trying to do something useful. This time, I focused on locking down the tight choke points the Wardens were trying to slip through.
Robert, I need a commander.
You do? I don't have any binos.
I got binos.
Okay.
Holy shit, Robert, I have one of your YouTube videos up on my other screen right now.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Alright, can I get in?
Alright, let me unlock.
No! A little later on, a tank crew offered me a seat, so I happily joined them. Though I was in the commander seat, I still considered this an offensive role. We got King Spires, 2 King Spires, a half track, 3 King Spires. No, a Devitt. They're all on the ramp. They're all like really far away. You could probably poke shots at that King Spire to your northeast.
Yeah, I got eyes on him, but on that fucking trench.
Oh, never mind. That's not a King Spire. That's the Devitt too. Oh! I got snipe medic.
Oh shit!
There's a medic right here. No, me.
Medic, save. Oh no!
Just run me over.
Medic, somebody grab him. Somebody grab him.
There's another medic. Come on, private. My time in the tank was very short-lived though, and after I died, the tank got blown up just seconds later. Right after I respawned, a Foxhole Twitch streamer called E-Man the Man was recruiting players to flank some enemy tanks.
You want to do a little Igni rush with us? We're gonna go behind and...
Yeah, I'm down. If you haven't seen his channel, I highly recommend it. Super entertaining Foxhole content creator. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. He led us on a route toward the west side of the city, looping past the massive rock formation to hit the Warden tanks from behind.
Well, we make a run for it. They don't even see us. They don't even see it.
Why do I have to
right behind
re-equip
us.
these? We got it! Nice! We managed to destroy one of their tanks with the flank, and I would call it a successful run.
Good work, Ro. That was good. Definitely clipped it, man. I'm sending that to you.
After that, I returned to the front, but unfortunately, we still weren't making much progress past the grain silos. Alright, let's push up on the left over here. Oh, they got AI still. They got AI still. Sorry, my bad. I purposely avoided checking the base for supplies. If I had, I knew I'd be tempted to switch to Logi. Same with building defenses or laying barbed wire. I stayed away from it all and tried to focus on the front line. Throughout this battle, the Wardens constantly had more tanks than we did, so it made it even harder to push up this hill. Thankfully, our artillery kept working to slow them down and keep them from advancing. Push up! Push up! Push up into the trench! Push up into the trench! Get in the trench!
Come on, boys, move up, move up.
Move up into the trench! Even though I kept myself from digging or building, I really want to give a shout out to everyone who played a supporting role on this front. Thank you, diggers. Thank you. On the east side of the road, the Wardens had this great hilltop position where they always set up tripod weapons. It was a nightmare trying to push up that slope, and I knew from experience we had to take it out. I knew that I had to make an attempt at rushing the hill to try and dismantle the tripod, as this would make it easier for us to push up the road.
So I think...
Gonna have to go around. For Frodo!
Go, YOLO! Go! Let's go!
I'm getting the machine gun! I got it! I managed to dismantle the tripod, and I bought us a bit of breathing room before they could set up another one. As night started to fall, the battle began to slow down. I wanted to take this opportunity to see if I could locate and disrupt their artillery crew. Their guns were set up just up the road inside a fortified base. I took a similar route to the one I used during the tank flank, but pushed a little farther north this time. I started by chipping away at some of their AI defenses. Eventually I found the artillery crew, but they were completely enclosed by a fence, with no easy way in. I decided to try breaching it. Honestly, it felt like I was already doing the kind of breaching mechanic they're planning to introduce in the next update. I managed to take down one of the walls, but some Warden players spotted me and forced me to retreat. I came back later, only to see that they were rebuilding the section I had destroyed. I tried again to break through, but once more I was pushed back. Looking back, I should have brought a squad with me. I really need to stop thinking I can pull off these kinds of missions solo.
Hello, my good man.
Hello, I would drop him.
Is there a medic here?
No, definitely not. By sunrise, the mission had failed. I never got close to actually disrupting their artillery team. When I got back to the front, not much had changed. We were still stuck at the base of the hill.
Come on, man. Come on here. Come on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have...
Don't let them get that blueprint up.
Medic.
Warden tanks kept rolling down to poke at our defenses, keeping us locked in place. We had no tanks of our own to punish their aggression. They were slowly creeping toward the houses and gradually pushing into the city. But with our infantry constantly being shredded by Warden artillery, it was only a matter of time before their armor reached the houses and shut down our push entirely. We no longer had a solid grip on our position at the base of the hill, and the Wardens were slowly starting to push into the city.
Don't get anybody!
We spent the entire day fighting hard to keep them out of the plaza.
Come on then, you colonial coward, if you think you can stab me!
We have been sticky.
We need a high power mammon rush to get through that bullshit.
By nightfall, we managed to regroup and reclaim the bottom of the hill.
There's an off track.
Oh, medic. They're on the rocks over there. When the sun came up, we were still locked in combat at the bottom of the hill. Like I mentioned earlier, this is one of the biggest stalemates in the game that isn't a bridge battle. But honestly, it's one of the most fun fights to be a part of. And if you ever get the chance during early war, I highly recommend joining it. After a while, I decided to head over to the eastern choke point to see how our forces were holding up there.
Grenade!
8 seconds. 7. Yeah, GG boys. Yeah, 5 seconds.
Not one push out of it.
We were getting pinned down by a machine gun dug into a trench, so once again I took it upon myself and made it my mission to go take it out and dismantle it. I was able to dismantle it, but unfortunately I didn't have time to steal it and bring it back to our base. Back at the plaza, the Wardens had started to breach the outskirts again, and their artillery had begun zeroing in on our base.
What happened on this hill?
Hey guys, look what I found!
Hello! How's it going?
Okay, I want you to run this man over. Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
Front. Nice.
Got a shot. Yep. Got him. Nice.
Back.
So how do we advance from this?
We just defend right now. We don't have a lot of armor, and they have a lot of armor.
Oh, Robert!
Hello.
What's up, Robert?
How's it
My
going?
God!
What's up, Robert?
How you doing, Robert?
Oh my God, man! It's Robert. Oh, hello, Robert.
Hello.
Love the update video.
Oh,
really
thank
got
you.
some. So they might be pushing us, but we can push them back.
That's right. During the night, a Colonial Mortar half-track team joined the fight and helped us push the Wardens out of the plaza, forcing them back toward the bottom of the hill. We kept up the fight throughout the night and into the next day, still locked in the same brutal struggle at the base of the hill. Progress was slow. Some of our strategies started to get a little desperate.
Dodge, come on, the other truck's to that space. The other truck's to that space.
More in the car, people, come on.
I'm trying to sleep.
Buddy, are you good, bro?
Okay, I got it. Hold up. I got it.
Lieutenant, I need you to step back. Second lieutenant, get back in line. There you go. You got it. Drive backwards, bro.
Let's go.
What is this wash gameplay? There we go, guys. We got it.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah, man. Excuse us driving. What are you waiting for, man? Make room, man. Make fucking room. We don't have time to wait. That's all.
Let's go.
What is going on in here? Nah, bro. Step right up. Go. Leave the vehicle. Leave the fucking vehicle. Go in, man.
Charge, brothers.
Even though we didn't have much armor of our own, we'd done a decent job at keeping the Warden tanks from breaking into the city.
They got 3 tanks over there.
They kill these pigs with their own gun.
Distance 70, azimuth 24.
Tank.
Distance.
As the day wore on, the battlefield finally went quiet for a while. Neither side was sending forces into the meat grinder at the bottom of the hill. It felt like both factions needed time to regroup and resupply. I thought the battle might be over, at least temporarily, but as night fell, the Wardens launched a full assault. They smashed through the base of the hill, pushed past the houses, and began breaching the plaza again. It felt like the end was coming any minute. But as the sun rose once more, we had held the line and pushed them all the way back to the bottom of the hill yet again. Like I've said before, this is one of the biggest stalemates in the game, but also one of the most fun. It's the kind of battle that sticks with you. GG's to the Wardens and Colonials that fought in this battle, and that may still be fighting in this battle as we speak. Overall, playing mostly as infantry during the fight was alright. I found myself getting more and more frustrated with each death. Honestly, this is exactly why I always encourage learning multiple roles in Foxhole. It gives you the flexibility to switch things up, instead of just throwing yourself into the meat grinder every session. I'm not sure if I'll stick with infantry for the rest of the war. I might try something different. Maybe it's finally time I gave naval battles another shot. It's been a long time since I've done any of that. Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing how this war unfolds. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm taking a more relaxed approach this time around, so I can save my energy for the update war. But every time I log in, I'll still give it my all, doing whatever I can to help push the front lines and make sure the Colonials come out on top. Would you like me to do more infantry type combat on the front? Would you like to see me do less support roles? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching and for your support. Make sure to subscribe for more Foxhole content. I'll see you out on the battlefield. Cheers.